Here's a pro tip. When you have a non-air conditioned bathroom and you pee in it and forget to flush and then let it smolder all night long and come back the next morning and then realize you forgot to flush, be prepared to wear a gas mask. Sweet Mother of God, my eyes are still watering. I don't know how pee could smell that bad just overnight, but boy, did I remember I forgot to pee when I forgot to flush when I come in here and open the door this morning. Man. All right, no air conditioning. I got to leave these doors open. So, yeah, I'm fixing to sew these two sheaths. I just wanted to show you one last time. Well, not one last time. I'll probably show this off a bunch. But there's that spalted hackberry. Boy, did that come out nice. I have the edge to put on. Let me put this down 1 second. Okay. I have the edge to put on and then the final buff. So, you know, I got fingerprints and stuff on it, but I am liking these file knives. They're very unique. Okay. And then there's that. And also the edge and a final buff. And if I get paid for this today, I'll go ahead and ship it today. This fella, Lee, he's paid me, so we're going to be going to eat some catfish this afternoon, so I'm probably going to ship this afternoon, and if he pays me pretty quick, I'll ship this today too. So let me get these sewed up and show you what I got. Almost done. Well, I'm done sewing on them. Now I'm going to bring them into my knife shop and smooth out these edges, slick up the edges, and this one will be done. This one I'm going to do a fade on, and then I'm going to have to sharpen these up and box them up and ship them. Peaceful day. God, that's good coffee. You know, I don't do a lot of tool reviews, but I gotta tell you, I have used a few different ways of sharpening knives. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine sent me a very expensive, and that's it right there, and those are the sharpening stones, sharpening system, which is really, it's a great sharpening system. The drawback is the stones, the replacement stones, wear out really quick. So do these. But those replacement stones are fantastically expensive. So I went with some cheap Chinese knockoffs, and man, they just crumbled right apart. So I went back to this. Now before this, I used the old-fashioned, and I still use it occasionally, sharpening stone. Don't be a dumbass. Straighten up. And you know, that works fine. That's very, very time consuming. I've gotten real good. You know, I've been using the sharpening stone for many, many years, and I can really put a heck of an edge on a knife with just a sharpening stone. It does take a long time to get good at it. This Lansky system I have found for me, is the best system I have found to put a wickedly sharp edge on these. Now here's what I do. This is the regular old stones And you can see I got a bit of wear right there. See how it's kind of curved in? And it's almost time to replace the rough, this, and these two. This one, man, this lasts forever. But here's what I start my original bevel off with. My original sharpening bevel, I start with this. And it's diamond encrusted. It's a diamond sharpening stone. And I have had this 4 times longer. It lasts 4 times longer than these. And it costs twice as much. So the return on investment is a little bit longer. Or a little bit less, actually. I'm, you know, my math. I'm not mathematically gifted. Mathologist. I'm not a mathologist. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead, since I really do like this system. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the money and buy the diamonding, the rest of the diamond stones, because that stone is amazing at starting the initial edge. And these wear out fairly quickly. You know, I get probably 10 knives out of these 3 stones here, and I have to replace them constantly. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And this is probably the last I'm going to show you. This has been paid for. That will be paid for tomorrow. I got that all edged and buffed. And there's the sheath. Come out really nice. I'll tell you, my sheath making game, I'm really, really happy with. This, it's hard to tell, but I did a bit of a fade on it. I did light brown and black. And when I get home, what I do is put Vaseline on this, and then I rub it off. And what it does, it rubs kind of the overspray off, and you can definitely tell that there's a fade on it. And the edges come out nice on that. So I have almost everything I need to move on to my generator project. So these knives, okay, that last knife that it was Glenn that wanted it, and Abel, he does want a knife. Nikki, she's already paid me for hers, and these 3 dinner skinners. I got to finish my generator project right there. And then I'm going to get in here, get back to making knives. So I just thought I'd let you know what to expect. And I am 95 subscribers away from having 60,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you, for some reason, I want that 100,000 subscriber silver YouTube play button. And I want that before I die. I want a silver play button. I don't know why. It's just a goal. And maybe it's ego. Who knows? Although, yeah, it probably is ego, because I already have plans of, like, you know, taking selfies with it and going to bed with it and putting it on the pillow beside me and, you know, putting it in the chair when I eat. Okay. Enough joviality. I'm going to go back to putting the edge on this, put the final buff on, and prep it for shipping. And I'll ship that this afternoon. I don't mind telling you, it is hard to say goodbye to this one. Alright, I'm going to put a coat of wax on it, and that's it. I'm wrapping it up and sending it on. That was a fun one to build, and I think all the files are probably going to look like this. The ones that I'm giving away are just as good as this, but this wood is one of a kind, man. One of a kind. I have some other, I'll show you the last little bit of spalted hackberry I have is not anywhere near that pretty, but it's still good looking wood. Here, let me get it out, I'll show you. That's all stabilized. I mean, it's going to make some nice handles. And I'm looking forward to using some of this. It's the last of my good spalted wood that's been stabilized. And probably September, October, I'll get to cutting that other up and then bring it in the house through the winter, let it dry out. And then send it out to have it stabilized. So, all right. One last little peekaboo, and then we're done. See you tomorrow. We're going to eat catfish here in about 2 hours. Okay, earlier today, my wife and I were on the front porch, and we were discussing, let's just say we were discussing growing our own, okay? We won't say what, but I happened to mention that growing your own, you know what you're getting. You wouldn't be getting pesticides and that kind of thing. And I told my wife that when I was a kid, I had smoked some that was sprayed with paraquat, and it gave me an incredible headache. Terrible high, horrible headache. And then I said, you know, we got our phones out here with us. We've got to be careful what we're talking about. And she laughed. Look what I got. This is just a couple hours after having that conversation. Okay, also in the same conversation, sitting in the same spot on the front porch, I was telling my wife, and the only reason we were talking about this is I have a friend whose wife may be losing her job because her company is being bought out by another company. And I said, well, Amazon is hiring people to do customer service, like chat and phone calls in your home. They provide everything, including training, and it's $15 an hour, 60 hours a week. And my wife just got an email about working from home. I mean, the amount of coincidences, you can no longer call it a coincidence. There's absolutely no doubt that our conversations are being listened to. I'm sure there's not a human on the other end listening to conversations, but they're pulling out keywords and what you're talking about. And if you have your phone with you, and it's a smartphone, it is picking up words. I don't care what anybody says. There's simply no way on earth there could be this many coincidences every single day. You talk about something, and you get an email advertising what you were just talking about.